So I have this video here and I want to share this with you because I want to show you how corrupt, dishonest, and disgusting these people who are supposed to be our leaders are, when in fact everything they continue to do is lie. They try to cover up crimes from their own, and it's just so obvious now. If you talk about, let's just say this, let's say I'm not Jerry Nadler as he's talking about this, and I'm just me and I'm talking on a platform about this exact thing he's talking about. I will be banned, I'll be shunned, I'll be called a conspiracy theorist, everything you could say in the world. But yet here he is. Here is Jerry Nadler talking about the very thing we've been trying to get across to everybody in America. We've been shut out of social media platforms. No one can talk about this stuff. But again, here he is talking about it. Pre-election, probably early 2000s, this has been going on. And if you don't think they perfected this method to put people that they want, then you're in denial. So just check this out. He's talking about everything that we have all been talking about, and yet no one else talks about this. This stuff is pretty much scrubbed from archives. You can't find this, or you can find it, but it's hard to find. You try to do a Google search, I guarantee you won't find this. But anyway, check this out and you be the judge. Stop letting people think for you, and just right here, it's all here.
If in fact someone were deliberately hacking these machines, you could steal millions of votes and no one would know it, and that's why the methodology is problematic. Now, there's no evidence that happened, but you can't prove it didn't either, and you can't prove it won't next time, and that's why we have to have a paper trail. We've documented it. Any number of people have documented a machine in this county that recorded 11,000 extra votes for Bush. In that county, there was counting Kerry votes for Bush. People who pushed touched Kerry's name would come up Bush, and they touched it again, and it would come up Bush, and they touched it third.
I just want to put this in. He's only talking about this right now because this happened in the 2000 election with Bush. And again, here go Democrats screaming about fraud and all this other stuff. Yet it's okay. No one's getting arrested. No one's talking about it. It's just incredible the way that the whole system is right now.
Finally got it right, and all kinds of things like this. One machine, when we say one machine, these are large machines, like a half a county apparently. After it reached 3,000 votes total, every time you voted for Bush, it subtracted one instead of added one. When you pushed Kerry, it subtracted one instead of adding one. And all these instances were instances where they were caught, otherwise they wouldn't have been reported. They were caught, presumably corrected. The question, obviously, is how many instances were not caught that we don't know about? And what, if any, impact did that have on the election, if not for president, then for county commissioner or congressman or whatever? And it's clear that we have some of these new technologies of the electronic voting replacing the chads and all that, which had other problems. But there are no paper trails. And we have all sorts of testimony before the election from electronics experts that, number one, we've seen a lot of what I'll call honest glitches where it just didn't work right. But also that these machines are hackable, that a dishonest employee of the vendor or a dishonest employee of a local board of elections or simply...
So my question to you now is, what has changed? Did they do anything to stop this? Did they do anything to help this? Did they finally realize that they can do what they wanted and continue to, instead of having people voted in, they could place people in? That's my question to you. Here we are in probably early 2000, Jerry Nadler talking about the very thing we have been talking about since 2020. And everyone calls us names for talking about it. Yet he's saying exactly what we say. People, all I can say is this. Stop letting people in power dictate what we know is obviously going on. Things that we see that are right before our very eyes. These people want you to believe you're not seeing it. It's a common tactic of Marxists. Just look up history. Look up how socialism, Marxism, communists take over. They do the exact thing. They want you not to believe your very own eyes. All I can say is do your homework, read and see. You have a top Democrat right here talking about what we've been saying, and no one else wants to talk about it. They talk about us like we're crazy. What do you think? What are your comments? Let me know, and do me a favor. Save this, share it, and let people see this. Like I said, you're not going to convince everybody. There's people who are just filled with hate in their heart and they don't want to know the truth. But there are people who are willing to listen and open up their mind. And that's what we have to do. We have to open up people's minds and see that these people are criminals. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.